What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Disappearing Civs AI only battle. I was going to say that I fixed the issues to do with my microphone not working, but then I realised you wouldn't have seen those because obviously I wouldn't upload a video without sound. But there was some issues, and they're gone already, so it's fine. Just hit me like, yeah, they're not going to know about that, so that doesn't matter. It is turn 92. It's a little bit early to do the info addicts and stuff. Or not a little bit early. Actually, is it a bit early? There's part of me that wants to go on. How many turns do we do an episode? Okay, I'm going to do this episode normally, and then we'll do it next time. However, there is an alternate battle ready, and I've done that one, so I'm aware of what's going on over there. I was going to make this one the info addicts early, but thinking about it, the amount of turns that we get through, we can probably do one more episode. That's actually fine. There's going to be, if you're watching multiple series at once right now, it's a very confusing timeline, because I've now been recording through 2 different thunderstorms. So if I get distracted by like some lightning outside again, just note it wasn't, not only to make it confusing is it done on videos that were done in batches, so they're going to come out over the next few days, but there's also multiple thunderstorms, so there's going to be quite a few videos where I get distracted, look out the window and see lightning. It's, always fun. And like the UK just having the heaviest rain I've ever seen. I guess it's what we get. It's been sunny for a while. Makes sense. With regards to the alternate battle as well, quickly before I go looking around the map again, just thought I'd go into it. It's been a lot more different than the last one. Now obviously I've deleted different civs, which obviously is a big difference, but even just in general, the last time we did it, the first time I tried it, the first 100 turns were practically identical, and it took till after then to, for the differences to occur. This time around, things are very different from the start. Sadly, there was one civ who's not doing very well in this game who made a ridiculously good start, and I'm sure I'll cover that in the next episode. But yeah, one of them made a really good start and then got deleted, and it was the saddest thing ever. But yeah, obviously, you just have to trust me on that one. I mean, I'm not cheating. I have no interest in cheating. I'm just picking out using the random number thing. But yeah, there's no shout outs. It doesn't matter. I didn't actually pick anyone, so there's definitely no bias. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick anyone for this one either, I think. But some civs looking good. The Kulin just grabbed a ton of cities across this Indonesian islands and across New Guinea and Micronesia, and they have plenty of boats heading up towards, I think they're all with Japan, so that's going to be quite interesting. Not sure exactly what Siam is up to, but they seem to be going after China or something. Obviously I can't remember exactly, but I'm sure we'll find out very soon if they are at war. It doesn't look like they are. Rome has peaced out with the Goths. Nothing's really happening there. Let's just look around the map, see what cities are close to falling. That's always the best way. Morocco and Garamantes have peaced out with another stalemate, the 3rd stalemate. Okay, so America lost Washington, so it's not looking good for them. Canada, they're trying to get it back, but Canada is here. Texas is still trying to conquer the Aztec capital, and it looks like they're fairly close. Maybe soon that will happen. The Mayans not doing too much. The Inca held off Brazil pretty well, but obviously Brazil looking like they're going to be stronger in the future. The Inca do need to do some settling soon. Shaka looking good as ever, filling out this space. Yeah, he's doing them. No Burundi, no Rhodesia. He's had a bit of a stomp this game, but there's a chance. There's a chance he disappears, and then one of these other civs becomes even scarier. So it's maybe you don't want them to disappear. Maybe you want someone else up in North Africa to disappear to help somebody else. But there is other strong civs up here. Songhai in Egypt, pretty busy. Cool. Sorry about that. Managed to catch it like in the dab, embarrassingly, but there we go. Garamantes doing okay. 3 cities. The Ottomans, Arabia's cut them off. That will be annoying and will probably lead to a future war. And someone's fighting in here. I have no idea who it is, but I'm guessing by the look of it, it's Arabia and the Ottomans, and maybe the Songhai too. Always hard to tell exactly who's fighting who. In Europe, there's a couple of wars against France, but nothing too serious. Attila is doing okay. He actually won against Russia, surprisingly, in that war, even though I think he is a bit weaker. But yeah, going forward, we'll see how these two, how they go on. How their relationship develops, I guess. Parthia here, filling out this Gobi Desert region. Mongolia not up to too much in the moment. Much slower start than you'd expect from them. Japan doing well since landing in East Asia. China's doing good as well, as I mentioned, with good population. Already eliminated Korea. And then you've got Siam sort of head to head with the Harappa in this region. And it looks like Siam is better off, and that city placement is amazing as well. The little perfect gap of the exact right size, and they just squeeze into it. That is amazing. So yeah, Siam doing really well here. This is another big difference in the alternate game. I won't give too much away, but these civs are both doing really well in the alternate one as well. However, Siam are doing well in Southeast Asia, and Harappa are doing well in India. It's a bit more of how you'd want the map to look, I guess, and a bit less of an eyesore and awkwardness between the two of them. Indonesia not having a good time here. This settler's still not going anywhere. And Harappa does complete the Globe Theatre. Sweden and Rome via the Garamantes. Rome, are you sure about that? Not sure that's the best idea. The city might be fine, but you never know. And America does retake Washington. Good job. Good job, America. And I also see the Caribbean is open, which has actually already been settled in the other alternate scenario, but I don't know why. These civs seem a little bit slower. No, it's because we're watching them. Maybe they're a bit nervous. I don't know. But yeah, America with a settler. Maybe at some point that will hop into the sea. I don't know. How's it looking? Britain did get Iceland pretty early, and they have some caravels over this way now. And Canada still looking pretty strong. Still hope for them as well. Russia versus the Khazar. This is another weird one for Russia because they're not really over here. The Khazar are behind, but if they attack these cities, I mean 22 and 14, they could easily conquer these. But that said, there's a few units here. We'll see. And the Zulu obviously are not going to get all the way up here, but I guess it helps. Indonesia completes Angkor Wat. Again, another wonder. They've already got Stonehenge. I feel bad for them. They got these great wonders, but they don't really have any faith. Or they have faith, but they don't. These are both faith-related wonders, if I'm not mistaken. But sorry, they don't have any religion, so that's gonna suck. Like they're just hoarding all the faith from everyone else. And Harappa completing 2 wonders in 2 turns, so that's pretty impressive. I mean, they've got some big cities, so that makes sense. But they do complete the Leaning Tower, and here we go. Most technologies, Japan 2 out in front. Now, obviously, they did have a big boost at the start, and that lead is probably being eroded away, as good as they've been so far. France and the Zulu and Kulin all level. Interesting to see France up there. They don't look that strong, but there you go. They're up there with the Kulin and the Zulu, who do look really big and strong. China's looking great as well. A little bit behind for them, Harappa and Songhai. Sweden's up there, so yeah, there's still some surprises. Egypt, Canada, the Ottomans. Who's down here at the bottom? Jala is not having a good time. The Garamantes. Neither's Brazil, which is actually surprising. Brazil will probably turn that around. Once they unlock education and build the universities, see they'll get 2 science from all these jungle tiles, and that'll probably bring them more in line. But yeah, I don't really know why they're struggling so much. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but there you go. I guess maybe just a lack of neglecting science buildings, I would guess, has been the key issue there. But yeah, that is a bit strange for them. What are the Goths up to? They seem to be fighting people at all sides, which doesn't help, but they have got some interesting borders. Sets them up well, and they have actually pieced out with France, so good timing on that one. Zulu and Egypt, what are you up to? Oh, both of them. Oh no, sorry, that is the Zulu as well. It looked like a tint of yellow, but nope, the Zulu grabbing up Madagascar. So more resources, more boats, and starting to begin a bit of a reign of terror from southern Africa, as they look like they're probably going to kick Arabia out of the Horn of Africa here. Still no one really filling the void left by Ethiopia. There you go, the Zulu's starting to, but not a huge amount of settling in that space. I mean, no one's really gone into the gap that Germany left. It looks like that's just going to be filled with borders. Canada goes into Washington again. Not looking good for the United States here. They're probably lucky that Texas are busy at the moment, because you could see Texas being tempted by this territory as well. And obviously the Shoshone only have a tiny border, so that's probably not going to happen. I don't know where the Shoshone go next. I would guess to be the Iroquois, but they're not with sort of a small amount of land. They're kind of got a concentrated, good amount of units in a small amount of space. They can probably look after themselves pretty well. So yeah, the Shoshone are probably going to wait for Texas to show another moment of weakness. Or if it gets really bad in America, I guess they hop in to try and grab Boston. But obviously that will depend. America did just re-grab the city of Washington, so they will remain here on the East Coast for a little while. It'd be cool to see them get to the end. They never do it. It sucks, but it would be cool if they could survive a little bit longer. They're in the other game too. I don't know how well they're doing in that one. be honest. I can't remember how well everyone's doing. France pieced out with the Ottomans. But yeah, I mean, the other game is exactly identical from the start, except one small thing, but I think it should be okay. In fact, no, I think I did change. I don't know. But either way, they're pretty much identical. Nothing really changed in the settings. I think one civ may not have been given its extra powers, one of the islands. But it doesn't matter too much for other reasons. I think in episode 1 I gave Japan some extra stuff. That might not have got carried over, but it didn't matter too much. The game actually turned out. For whatever reason, the civs in the alternate game are doing much better. I don't know why. They must know when they're being recorded. It happened last time where the alternate series for a good period looked actually a lot more interesting. Sadly, it's got to be heads or tails. I'm 5 episodes in, obviously, or 6. I can't just pull out a new one, I'm afraid. As nice as that would be, I can't just keep chopping and changing until we get one we like. That's not the point. It's just supposed to show you what could have been. And yeah, I can't just pick the best one. I'm sorry. As much as that would be cool. Maybe I'd just do AI only battles. Just do 4 episodes of the same series just being carried out simultaneously at once. Sure, you guys would still watch. Pretty amazing. You love these AI only, so could be possible. But I do like doing some Let's Plays as well. I think I'd go insane if I just watched the AI the whole time. The Zulu, and we're making progress. We're going up the difficulties as well. But the Zulu here, making some good progress. Looking close to conquering this city. Bit more, no, doesn't, no, actually I think these cities were all here. But slowly this area is starting to fill out. Not particularly much space left to settle. Western Australia is still open. There's a bit of East Africa here that the Zulu will probably get at some point. Southern South America is still one of the main areas that's open. Brazil not looking too interested. Northern South America too, Colombia, Venezuela kind of area. Some bits here at the north of Alaska. Mostly in the snow. I don't know if you get too many cities up here. Canada's got 1. The Iroquois might grab 3 by the look of it, but that'll probably be about it. Not much more. And a city did just fall. The Zulu did just kick Arabia out of East Africa. So there you go. New city for them. Looking good. And yeah, up here there's a bit going on. Rome is actually going to retake their city. That's a surprise. I didn't see that coming. Greece is in the way at the moment. Just blocking. But yeah, I'm sure next turn or whatever they'll move out of the way. Unless Rome is also blocking Greece from escaping, then you have a bit of an issue. But I'm pretty sure next turn we'll see that fall. And that will be the end of that one. Right, next turn. Turn 100. Good time. Yeah, there we go. So we'll be a bit past 100, and I'll do the info addict next episode. So if you're not interested in that at all, and you just want to see the battle stuff, you aren't interested in me reading out the lists of who's doing good at what, then feel free to skip the next episode. But it will also include the alternate battle at turn 100. So just bear that in mind. That will be buried in there as well. I want to see if Rome conquer this. This would be pretty big for them. Surprised they're retaking it. I didn't think this would be successful, but it's been gone pretty well for them. And Greece peace out with the Goths. This is the good news for the Goths. They needed some time. They've just constantly been fighting everyone to the west. So if they can have some time to build up some units, they can definitely weigh in on what's going on in the east as well. Attila is starting to build up quite a big military. That could be quite scary. Persia's still here. I haven't really... Not. They usually get stuck in a bubble of being rubbish, but here they've done alright. I don't really know where they go from here, but just need one moment of luck or whatever and things can change. Oh, and Washington continuing to fall again into Canada's hands, but America obviously cannot match Canada's production power at the moment, so eventually it will fall for the last time. America does have their Minutemen, which gives them a little bit of an advantage at the moment, and actually that's a better technology unit than anything Canada has, so a big advantage. But it's not probably too little too late, I'm afraid. For the US, it'd be pretty cool if they got this settler out and kept going for as long as possible. Texas still struggling to eliminate the Aztecs, not really going their way. they were close. They were really close to taking this city at one point, and not this one, and obviously it all changed around. They have plenty of melee units, but they're further away, and they don't really have any siege units at all. Just looking at this, I don't see any catapults or trebuchets. Okay, the Goths, they're doing a good job here. They're getting peace deals with everyone. They're not giving anything away stupidly. A good peace deal there with the Ottomans, who are of course split up at the moment. They won't be too keen on that. If you are interested in seeing a more in-depth how the Ottomans play in this, not this scenario, but a similar scenario in Civilization 6, and you aren't watching it already, I'd direct your eyes towards my current Let's Play. I'm playing at Emperor difficulty, which is the highest difficulty I've ever attempted on Civ 6 as the Ottomans at the moment, and it's basically just going to be a war-filled craze. Lots of wars pretty much since the beginning, so yeah, that's quite fun with some other civs in the region. I purposely sort of overpopulated this region to make it a complete mess too, so that's a lot of fun. And I know some people sort of episode 1 left some comments saying, oh well, this is going to go badly, so I don't know if you maybe didn't come back. We are now starting to turn it around ever so slowly, so I'd love to encourage you to watch that if you are interested in it. Spain versus Morocco. Still on triremes, so I think that's a little early. Obviously Britain's got caravels. They are one of the only civs with caravels I've seen. Japan is the other one, but I haven't seen anyone else really out in the deep ocean, which suggests there's some civs with some interesting sort of decisions. They've been quite varied technological decisions. I say that the Kulin is now out here as well with the Scout, which I think is at the same level as a caravel, or maybe even one above it. But they have that technology too. Obviously the inland civs, we don't know, right? You can't use it as the basis for who's got the most technology, which is sometimes a mistake I make. There's civs, I don't know, Russia's actually a bad example because they're coastal in this game. I don't know, who's got nothing coastal at all? Everyone has practically got a coastal city actually, just looking around the map. Just using the mini-map. Brazil doesn't. But they're not obviously landlocked. Oh my goodness, when did this happen? Did they conquer this, or was this a peace deal? I have no idea, but the Inca actually turning this around and conquering Salvador off Brazil. That is great. And Egypt has peaced out with Arabia. Looks like nothing changed hands there. I've got to check everything now. Spain v Morocco, I said, and Shaka completes the Red Fort. Yeah, I don't know if that happened in a peace deal. Did I didn't think I said if it did. And yeah, I certainly... Maybe they're still fighting each other. It looks like it, to be honest, from the borders. So maybe the Inca just starting to turn this around with some superior technology. Obviously the musket men being quite an upgrade over the spearmen, for example. But yeah, I was trying to look for like a landlocked civ. I guess Parthia is an example with the Khazar. There is a few. But quite a few civs do have coastal cities. There's not many that don't have a coastal city. I think Mongolia, the Khazar, and Parthia may actually be the only 3 who don't have a coastal city anywhere. I'm just looking at the map. I'm guessing, did the Inca have one? Okay, the Inca and Brazil don't, but they're kind of unique weirdos. Like, why have you guys not settled on the coast? That's just dumb. But you can understand Parthia, the Khazar, and Mongolia. They're more inland. Surprisingly, everyone else does, except Attila as well. He's not got one, but like Persia does. Egypt. Oh, Egypt. Yeah, Egypt do, although it's not the most useful one. And I think, yeah, everyone else has got one in some form. Even some of the surprise civs. The Goths have some in the Baltic, and although it's a puppet, they also have some in the Black Sea. So yeah, everyone else does have at least one. Just those 4 who I sort of named, who are all sort of in central Siberia, pretty far away from the coast. I guess maybe if this Aztec city isn't coastal, but it is. No, so there you go. Oh, the American ones, yeah, it's kind of in the lakes and it's not actually connected to the sea, but again, the Iroquois do. Texas does. Texas does not, sorry. Oh no, yeah, they do. San Diego, although not that they can build much here. California does. And the Shoshone have some up here in Alaska. And we had another war. Washington changes hands again. Siam and China was at war. It didn't really look like it, and they've pieced out with no real damage to cities or anything. And Europa has declared war on the Khazar, which should be fine. They're quite far apart. But that'll be it for this episode. So as always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one.